Oh, hi everybody. It's me, Ryan. I'm back for another video. 2024, am I right? Yeah, that was one of the worst years of my life, actually. So I think on that note, it's actually best if I talk about some of my favorite things from 2024 to bring the spirits back up. So we're gonna be doing what I'm calling Mungo's Award Show. I'm gonna talk about my favorite things that came out in 2024, or that I watched, read, listened to, whatever in 2024. So the first thing we're going to be starting off with Mungo's top 10 games of 2024 slash that he played in 2024 because they didn't all come out then. All right. So number 10 is actually a bit of a strange one to have on this list, and I think that's mostly because, well, there are several external factors, but also I just didn't play that many video games this year, which, normally I play a fair amount more. But coming in at number 10 is fucking Jetpack Joyride. Yeah, I was looking through all the games I've played, and believe it or not, I was like, oh, this is my number 10. Jetpack Joyride is one of the most nostalgic games for me just because I played it a lot as a kid on my original iPod. Remember iPods, gang? If you don't, I guess I'm getting old now. But anyway, I several things happened and I got back into playing Jetpack Joyride a little bit on my iPad here, and I don't know, that's I just enjoyed it. It was a nice little thing that I got back into doing a little bit. And then coming in at number 9, we have Rocket League. Again, kind of another surprise because this is at this point a fairly old game. But for whatever reason, I just started playing a little bit of Rocket League again, and I don't play it really competitively at all. If I did, I'd probably rank in gold somewhere in there. But yeah, I wanted to play Rocket League again for some reason, so I started playing it, and I had a bunch of fun, and it's great time with friends too. I just like playing the game and shooting shots and knocking balls and all that. Coming in at number 8 is Minecraft, but I'm going to specify this and say modded Minecraft. This was kind of the year that I actually started to get into modding Minecraft, and it has definitely revitalized the game for me. Minecraft is one of my all time nostalgic favorite games, and when you play it for as long as I have, it does get a little boring and a little, I don't know, it's just something you've done so many times, it's hard to feel new. And so I started modding it because a while back I got a new PC that's capable of running stuff like that, and just having shaders and all the different mod packs that add different creatures and animals and stuff really makes it an extra bit of fun that I quite enjoy. And I've had a lot of fun with modded Minecraft this year, or 2024. Next up at number 7, we have Kirby's Epic Yarn. Now, this is my favorite game of all time, so I didn't want to rank it too highly because that would be unfair, but this year I started replaying through it because I am doing a whole thing for it on my other channel. I just forgot how much I love the game. Well, I didn't forget, but I forgot how fun it is to play, and I forgot how absolutely freaking adorable it is. My little Kerbo, what a great little guy. It's a great game, it has a lot of fun that's still in there. There are some flaws I noticed this time around without, my fully nostalgia tinted glasses, but it's still a great game and I love it. Coming in at number 6, a game that I've played on this channel and is definitely not here for perverse reasons. It's Wedding Witch. Now, this is a vampire survivor like, or a bullet heaven, as some people have terms of this genre. And Wedding Witch I played because I saw the Game Grumps play it. And so I said to myself, that looks like fun. Not for the reason you're thinking. And so I started playing it and I got really freaking addicted to it, man. I loved playing through the game. It's not so complicated that it has, a bunch of stuff that you're worrying about, and it's still complicated enough where it has fun different challenges and whatnot. So I had a lot of fun. I 100%ed the game. That's how much I enjoyed it, and it's a great game. And I actually like it over some other Vampire Survivor like games just because it felt simpler. It felt like there wasn't as much that I had to like actively challenge myself in, which isn't a bad thing. Challenge is good, but I like that it felt like a good game for someone that just wants to sit back, relax, and have a fun time. Coming in at number 5, we have Gris or Grease. I don't actually know how it's pronounced, but this is another game that I have replayed. This is a game that I played a long time ago at this point, and for my second channel, once again, I thought it would be cool to replay it. And as I replayed it, I realized or recognized how much, like, how truly special the game is. I think it has a lot to offer. The gameplay itself is relatively simple, and my main gripe is the last area or section just because it feels a little convoluted and overcomplicated. But the rest of the game is absolutely stunning. It's one of the most gorgeous indie games I've ever played, and I truly think it deserves to be on this list. And actually trying to take in the story form or natural storytelling, environmental storytelling this time around was a special sight to behold because it's truly about grief, which is something I know quite well. But it was a beautiful little story that I quite enjoyed, and I'm glad to have replayed it. Now, coming in at number 4, we have another indie game called Slice and Dice. I have actually played this on my other channel as well, and it's just a little indie game, a little, I don't know what it's called, like a dice. It's kind of a deck builder based on dice, but it's characters. It's not like cards. So you collect characters, you can upgrade them, you can change them, and you go down this path and you roll dice, and each character has a different, basically a different thing that they'll do based on your dice rolls, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty great. Each character has their own dice, by the way. They have their own specialized dice or die. And so it's just an absolute joy to play. I got fairly addicted to it because it is in incredible game loop and there's a lot of fun to be had. There's so much to uncover and explore. A really good indie game I would highly recommend if you're into some like kind of chance-based dice RPG, not RPG, whatever. You get what I'm trying to say maybe, and if you don't, that's fair. And then finally, breaching the top 3, we have Your Turn to Die. This is not a game that I started playing this year, but it is a game that I've learned to love. I need to get back into playing it on the channel, but this is one of my favorite series that I've ever done on the channel. Frankly, game series don't tend to do very well on YouTube, or at least not on my channel. At this point, I don't even care. I love Danganronpa, I love games that evoke that, and Your Turn to Die definitely has that, and it has good gameplay mechanics, great art style, great characters, and I've just really enjoyed making a series out of it, so it's truly has a special place in my heart now. Coming in at number 2, we have another indie game, and that is RoboQuest. Now, this is a first-person shooter that has different classes, and it's a PvE game, and you're trying to go through runs and different areas and unlock different things. And there are so many different weapons that it's incredible, and some weapons I don't enjoy, but there are a lot of weapons that I do quite enjoy, and it's just an absolutely great feeling game to play. I highly recommend RoboQuest, and I'll probably do a video on it at some point, but definitely recommend you check out RoboQuest. I feel like I've said the name too many times and it's time for me to wrap up. And then finally, coming in at number one, we have Balatro. Yeah, Balatro absolutely fucking rocks, y'all. If you haven't heard of it, I'd be surprised. It's a poker roguelike. It's simply incredible. I've played it a ton. I have it on my iPad and my computer. That's how good it is. And I've just played it a bunch. And I'm not incredible at it. I am able to beat the game, beat a normal run relatively consistently, but I will say I can't hit those big super high numbers that people hit, and I don't know how they do it. I think I just play a little conservatively because that's how my anxious brain works. But Balatro absolutely deserves the number one spot. All right, and now it's time for Mungo's top 10 movies of 2024. Again, these are movies that I watched in 2024, not ones that came out in 2024. And as you may or may not know, I have now done 2 videos on the channel where I talk about the many horror movies that I've watched this year. So I tried to exclude some of those and put in some different genres because left to my own devices, horror would absolutely dominate this list because that's my favorite thing. So we're excluding that. We're excluding rewatches. We're excluding Scooby Doo. Anyway, number 10, we have Inside. And this is a movie with Willem Dafoe and pretty much only Willem Dafoe. It's about him getting stuck in a rich person's place. I think he was there to rob it with, he was originally doing it for other people. And, well, he gets stuck there, and then it ends up being kind of like a psychological thriller type of movie. And he has to try and find a way to survive as he's trapped there for quite a long time. And truly, the set design, the setting is great, and also it's fucking Willem Dafoe, so of course I'm gonna love it, and he knocks it out of the park. Coming in at number 9, we have A Dark Place, and this is a movie. I don't have as many notes on these as I should, so apologies. But A Dark Place is a movie featuring that one guy that I really like. He's a great actor, and I love him. He's in Fleabag, but he is the main character, and this is a really interesting movie because I'm 99% sure his character is meant to be on the spectrum, autistic in some way. I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure that's what the intention was. And it's about him trying to get, like, solve the mystery behind, like, a missing child, I think. That even isn't even his, but he gets absolutely obsessed with it. There's weird, dark things going on in this, like, small hick town that he's in, and it's a great movie, a lot of fun. Well, it's not fun, but it's enjoyable watch, I guess. Coming in at number 8, we have The Miseducation of Cameron Post, and this is based on a book, I believe. But Cameron Post is, well, she's a lesbian that gets sent to a what are they called? What the places where they try to make you not gay anymore. So they try to make Cameron not gay no more. And she's surrounded by a bunch of other kids that are also trying to be made not gay no more. And it's a really enjoyable movie, especially if you're into that sort of drama type thing where, it has to do with human rights and identity and all of that type of thing, and it's an enjoyable movie. Coming in at number 7, we have Monkey Man. Monkey Man is, I believe, the Dev Patel movie, right? That's his name? Is that his name? This is a really good movie. I really enjoy the stylization of it, and surprisingly trans queer movie that I wasn't really fully expecting, but I super enjoyed because I really quite like that type of thing. And yeah, it's a great little movie about, it has some type of John Wick influences and whatnot, but it's a beautiful movie that I highly recommend. Coming in at number 6, we have Candyman from 2021. Now, this is the new sequel, or relatively new sequel, that kind of had mixed reviews from people, and me, on the other hand, I absolutely loved it. I like how it was done. I think artistically it's fantastic. And some people had issues with the dialogue and whatnot. I didn't personally find that to be troublesome for me, but Candyman is an absolutely great movie, and I just love Candyman. I Hello? At number 5, we have Look Back, which is an anime movie. It's a movie that is anime. It's a Japanese anime movie. I don't sorry, I'm bad at knowing things and explaining things. Well, once again, the gay strikes, because this is a cute little gay anime that is really really fun, but also, as as my favorite anime movies tend to be, will make you cry. It's there's a lot here and a lot of great performances and style. The animation is absolutely gorgeous, but it probably will maybe make you cry. Oh well. Coming in at number 4, we have Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is an absolutely great movie. It's I truly enjoyed watching it. I really like how it touches on race and culture and family dynamics, and yeah, that's the main part that got me, was like the family dynamics and how it kind of talks about, relationships within families and all that. And it's an absolutely stunning movie. Stylistically, it has a lot going for it, and the performances are top notch. But ultimately, it just wasn't like my favorite movie of all time. I still absolutely loved it, but it just wasn't the movie that is for me, if that makes sense. Like, I love it, it's just not specifically my type of movie. Coming in at number 3, we have Ring, the original Japanese Ring, not any of the American remakes or any of the sequels. We have Ring. This is a movie that I originally didn't feel as highly as I do now about it, because I don't know, it's definitely a bit of a slower movie, and the horror aspects are also kind of lackluster in that, like, it's not the scariest thing you've ever seen. But as I sat with it, the style and the vibes of this movie just kept coming back to me and stabbing me in the brain and going, "You fucking love this." And I do love Ring. It's a great movie, and I really like the performances, and I really like the vibes, and I really recommend it. Coming in at number 2, we have Stop Motion, and this is a horror movie, and it's a movie that I know not everyone is going to agree with me on. But I think that this movie is exactly the type of movie that I absolutely enjoy and love. It's weird, it's crazy, it has bonkers visuals, and does some really silly stuff that I've never seen before. It's inventive, it's creative. And is the plot a little generic at times? Sure. But this felt like it was a movie made for me, and I loved it so much. Stop Motion absolutely deserves to be my number 2. And then coming in at number 1, it's I Saw the TV Glow. I mean, come on. If you know me, I think it's pretty clear that that was going to be my number 1 movie. I Saw the TV Glow is an absolutely gorgeous film in terms of both visuals and characters. I fell in love with it so hard. One of the things that I really pay attention to in movies, or my brain picks up on, is lighting and cinematography, because those are some of the things that I love most. And so when I saw this movie and how drop dead gorgeous it was, I fell in love. And then we get incredible performances, and then we get an incredible story that's a fucking theme for feeling yourself and finding yourself and trans and queer and all of these things. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Congratulations, I Saw the TV Glow. You are Mungo's #1 movie of 2024. Next up, we're going to be talking about the top 10 TV shows that I watched, and I'm going to go through these a little bit quickly because to be honest, I didn't watch a lot of TV. I don't tend to watch a lot of TV. I tend to watch movies more, and so these are just kind of my picks. Coming in at number 10, we have Grey's Anatomy. This was just kind of like this is just a show that is good to put on and just kind of mindlessly binge or watch, and that's basically essentially what I did. I didn't watch a lot of it in 2024. I watched most of it in 2023, but I did watch some of it, and it was still the same dramatic thing that you know Grey's Anatomy to be. Coming in at number 9, we have The Edge of Sleep. This is the TV show that Markiplier starred in, based on the podcast audio play type of thing. And yeah, it was a great little show. I really liked how it was made. I liked the stylization of it. The performances were pretty good, and it has Markiplier in it, so I'm gonna support it. And well, that's about all I have to say. Coming in at number 8, we have the first dropout show on the list, and that is Game Changer. Mostly this is as low as it is because I didn't watch. I watched most of it in 2023, so by the time we got to 2024, I didn't have a lot of Game Changer to watch. But it's an incredible show and it deserves to be on the list. Coming in at number 7, we have Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The original Scooby-Doo show, animated show. Yeah, so this year I did a tier list on the OG Scooby-Doo monsters, and in preparation for that, I rewatched Where Are You? And I love Scooby-Doo. The original series is great. There are some episodes that are not very good anymore, but it's still a great show and still one of my nostalgic favorites of all time. Coming in at number 6, we have What's New, Scooby-Doo, and well, if you can connect the dots, you may be able to see why I'm rewatching What's New. So there's that. But also, it's Scooby-Doo. This is a show I watched a lot when I was a kid, and I love it still. And there are some great episodes. Coming in at number 5, we have A Murder at the End of the World. And yeah, this is just a murder mystery show, and I watched it, and I thought it was great. I really liked the performances. I really liked the setting and the set design and the art design. The main thing I'll say is that the plot and the mystery itself are a little generic and not that exciting to me. But I did love it, and it was a great watch, and it made me really enjoy the song This Is the End by The Doors. So, yeah. Coming in at number 4, we have Make Some Noise, once again, a Dropout original show. Make Some Noise is great. If you don't know what Make Some Noise is, how? How do you, you've at least seen a TikTok from it, right? I mean, what's wrong with you? Make Some Noise is great. I love every episode. I love all the guests. They make some funny shit, and that's it. Coming in at number 3, we have Gastronauts, another Dropout show, and this is their own cooking show, and I thought that was great. I really enjoyed it. I don't know, I think actually combining like humor and cooking show is really fun, and I think the way that they do it by making ridiculous challenges for chefs is great, and I wish it was a longer show. I wish it was a longer series, but it wasn't. And I'm sad now because I want to watch more. Coming in at number 2, we have Fallout, the Amazon show based on the video game franchise. Yeah, I watched Fallout and I thought it was pretty fucking great. It had a lot of moments that I really enjoyed. I really like all of the main characters, and I also think their performances are great. I think they're portrayed perfectly by the cast, and the art design, the set design is great, and The plot is pretty good, it's pretty alright, and I just like most things about it, and it's also really funny. So it's number two. And then coming in at number one, we have Very Important People. Again, another Dropout show. I just love Vic Michaelis, and I love this show, and I think Vic does an incredible job hosting and playing this character that they do, and I love the show. I love all of the characters, the goofy comedians they get to in these crazy costumes and makeup and characters that they come up with. And if you don't know what Very Important People is, or you haven't watched it, I highly, highly recommend it. It is my favorite show from 2024. And finally, we have, well, not finally, sorry, not finally, but my final list of other people's creations. We have Mungo's favorite books from 2024. So I like to read. I love reading, and I don't talk about books on this channel, but I do talk about books on my other channel. So if you want to watch full, longer, in-depth reviews on most of these, you can go over there and watch that if you so choose. But coming in at number 10, we have Carrie by Stephen King. I don't know, this is not my first Stephen King read, but it is one of my first Stephen King reads, and I wanted to know what Stephen King has to offer, really, and I think Carrie is a great book, and I really liked it, and Carrie is a great character, and the story is really well written and very fun. It does some things that kind of bother me, but otherwise, it's a great read. Coming in at number 9, we have Celestial Monsters by Aidan Thomas. Now, this is a sequel to Aidan Thomas's The Sunbearer Trials, which is one of my favorite books of all time. And so I was really looking forward to Celestial Monsters because it's a fully, wholly queer and trans book and duology and series, and I love Aidan Thomas's writing. He has written some of my favorite books of all time, and Celestial Monsters did not disappoint. It's a great read. It's just based on how stacked this year was in terms of reads, it didn't hold up as much. It wasn't as great. And it's hard to top the Sunbearer Trials, which it was not able to do, but it was still phenomenal. Coming in at number 8, we have Red Dragon by Thomas Harris. This is the first book in the Hannibal Lecter series, but it's not fucking about Hannibal Lecter. Let me get that straight. This is about Francis Dolarhyde, the Tooth Fairy, and Will Graham. It's about Will Graham mostly. He is kind of the main character, and he is one of my favorite characters in any book, period. I just love Will Graham. I think he's a really cool, neat character, and I love him. This is a really well written book. I really like the perspectives that we get. I really enjoy the horror of it. It's not that scary, but there are horrific things that happen, and it's here because of Will Graham. I'm gonna be honest with you. Will Graham he's great. Coming in at number 7, we have Go Tell It on the Mountain by James Baldwin, and yeah, this is great read. Absolutely adore James Baldwin. James Baldwin is a really important historical figure, really just important person in general, and so I wanted to read one of his books, and this is the first one of his that I've read, and I plan to read more. This book was really fascinating to me because it is about trauma that gets passed down and the way that religion can affect people and how they treat others, and yeah, it's just a really fascinating read, and I loved it. It's great. Coming in at number 6, we have Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. This is the original Frankenstein. This is what started it all, and I just think it's a great little book. It's fascinating characters. I love how it touches on the way that people get dehumanized, or the way that people rely on others. It talks about loneliness and ostracization and otherization, and it's great, and I highly recommend it. It's a classic, and if you're worried about the way that it reads to be kind of iffy because it's an older book, I will say it does have some of those moments, but overall, it's not that bad, and it's actually fairly easy to read. Coming in at number 5, we have The Honeys by Ryan LaSala. And this is, ooh, baby, this is a fun, incredible little mystery horror type novel. It's not that much horror, but it is more history and thriller, I would say. And wow. The main characters, the plot, the setting, I love it all. There's a reason it's number 5. I think it's great, and I couldn't wait to read more. I just wanted to keep reading this book once I picked it up, and I didn't want to stop like ever. And also, it has queer themes. The main character is gender queer. Really fun stuff. Highly recommend. Coming in at number 4, we have Of Time and Turtles by Cy Montgomery. This is a great little nonfiction read about turtles, basically. Cy Montgomery and her friend basically volunteer at a turtle rescue, and it really is just a fascinating read. Turtles are one of my favorite animals of all time, and I just truly love turtles, and I wanted to know more about them. And this is a great read. It made me cry, like a lot. Like a lot. But it is a great story, and I love how Sai connects the concept of turtles and time, because there's something wonderfully philosophical about it. And if you're looking for like a great little nonfiction read, I highly recommend Of Time and Turtles. Coming in at number 3, we have I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. This is an absolutely heartbreaking read that does get better, by which I mean you will start to be like, okay, thank God things are getting better for you, Jeanette McCurdy. You really deserve it. Yeah, this is a difficult read. There are a lot of trigger warnings for this book, and it's not going to be a book that everyone can read, but my God, is the writing absolutely beautiful. This is one of the most well-written books I read in 2024, and it's just really well done. I'm so glad that Jeanette McCurdy was able to tell her own story and talk about her recovery. And I'm just really glad she has had that opportunity and wrote this incredible book. It's also very darkly comedic and funny at times, which is great. And I just love the book. It's an all-timer for sure. Coming in at number 2, we have Piranesi by Susanna Clark. Piranesi is a phenomenal book. It's loosely based on the Greek labyrinth from mythology. And Piranesi is the main character, and Piranesi is just an absolutely great lead. I really love reading about him because he has this rare pureness and aura, and all of these different things that I can't really put into words about him that make him truly special. And I love learning about this labyrinth that he's in, and I love learning about the environment. And it's a little confusing at the start and a little hard to follow, but I think that's intentional because you slowly get more and more information as it goes on, and you start being like, oh, that's what this was talking about. And it's great. That's it. And then coming in at number 1, Mungo's favorite read of 2024 is Open Throat by Henry Hoke. Holy Jesus goddamn. Open Throat is an absolutely fascinating read. It follows a mountain lion in Los Angeles. And beyond that, I don't really want to spoil too much about it because I highly recommend it. It's a short read. It's a beautiful read. It is surprisingly heartbreaking, and I love how it kind of touches on class and environmental protection and climate change and all of these things. And in the broadest sense of the definition, this book is very queer, and I love it, and it made me cry. And it could be because I read this at the absolute perfect time to read it in my life, but it is my favorite book of 2024. And now to wrap up this video, I wanted to talk about 2024 for me on this channel, on the Ranting Yeti channel. This year was rough, but I really committed myself to putting an effort this year on the channel. I think I uploaded at least a video a week. I could be wrong about that, but I think I might have accomplished my goal, and I'm really looking forward to trying and doing that again in 2025. And just know that my life has been a real fucking shit show, but I'm very extremely grateful for everyone here. I love making videos for you, and I love making videos in general, and I'm very thankful for anyone that has showed up at any point. I just want to talk about some channel stats real quick. Now, statistics don't mean that much to me. I think, it's hard to ignore them with our human brains. And I don't really try to play the algorithm that much because I'm truly doing what I enjoy. And I think if I did stuff that I didn't enjoy, you guys wouldn't enjoy it yourselves, and so I do what I enjoy. I got 117 new subscribers in 2024, which is more than double what I had when I started the year. I think I started with like 90 to 95, somewhere in that area, so I more than doubled my subscriber count. I gained 11,934 views in 2024, so almost 12,000 views. That's insane. That's a lot. I hit the 30,000 view total count on the channel. So I basically hit a third of that this in 2024 alone. I can't believe that. That's absolutely crazy to me. Similarly, I reached 1,262 watch hours, which is a lot of fucking hours, guys. Thanks for watching me. I love you all so much. My best videos. I ranked every horror character, got 3,100 views. It became my most viewed video on the channel, which I'm happy about because it passed Boomerang Penis Syndrome, which is a video I created a long time ago because I knew that it would get views. So I'm glad my news content is doing well and reaching new heights because I'm more proud of it. And then number two, I ranked every OG Scooby-Doo monster with 1.3 thousand views. This also quickly rose up to be, I think either third most viewed video, third or fourth. So that's really cool. And then we also have I watched 50 horror movies. I ranked every Steven Universe character and my game theory parody. Those are my top 5 videos, and I'm really, really proud of all of that. And thank you all so much for allowing that to happen. But let me talk about my favorite videos of the year in no particular order. I just want to talk about them because I like it and I'm proud of it. So this year I did Can I Draw a Blank from Memory? I did 2 videos on that. And I did like Aphantasia edition or something because I have Aphantasia. And I don't know, this kind of made me really happy with doing art videos on the channel again. So I'm glad that I did them and they were super fun to do. And despite my slow artistic abilities, I had a lot of fun making them. Then we have I bought every Yoplait yogurt. Wow, that video, I think that video might be one of my favorites, if not my favorite video of the year. I just had so much fun doing that. I taste tested and ranked every Yoplait yogurt I could find in stores, and I had a lot of fun editing that. There's a lot of goofs and gaffs in there. Just a really fun video, and I love it. Randomly generated Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This is kind of a weird one because it's simple in concept. I basically just spun a wheel and it selected how I played the game, but I had a lot of fun with it and it has made me want to do more like challenge videos. So if you see some of those, don't be surprised. I also did the game theory parody, which is, I think it's called Game Theory Don't Trust This YouTuber. This is the video that I put the absolute most work into this year, and this is pretty much the video that started to kind of have my channel blow up a little bit this year in terms of like what I consider blowing up because I'm still small. Yeah, I put so much time and effort into this video. my God, the editing was insane and I never want to do it again, but I'm so glad that I did because I'm so proud of that video. And it was really a way for me to kind of highlight some of the things because I have a bunch of lore videos on the channel and I wanted to kind of highlight some of the important parts of that lore. It's a good way to start if you want to be like, well, what's going on here? And also it's not really long. So there's that as well. Speaking of lore videos, my 11-year anniversary video came out this year, and that was just a blast. I really enjoy writing these because they are like pretty much pure lore, and I really like making videos with my characters. And the 11 years video was a blast to make and write and come up with and edit together, and I'm really proud of them. It's a shorter because I didn't have as much time to work on it as I wanted to, but I'm still happy with it. I wanted to include a Your Turn to Die video, so I have Who Will Perish, which is number 6 in the series. This one was just my favorite episode. Has a lot of heartbreaking stuff in it. It made me cry, and I really like playing the game. I like doing the voices for it, and I like seeing where it goes. I also did a Drawing You series where I took pictures in from a couple of you. So I have 2 videos where I turned a couple of you into a couple of monsters, and that was so much fun. I just really liked doing that. I don't know. It was really fun to challenge myself and to kind of include my friends, people that I know, and make a fun little video out of it. And I'm pretty proud of it too. I also made a video where called So I Graduated College because I graduated college. This was a fun one. I don't often sit and talk to the camera about my experiences and my thoughts on this channel anyway. And so it was fun to do that. And I also had a blast because I did a little lore bits in there and I got to make a little parody Watch Mojo, which I called Watch Mungo, and that was really fun. I got my friend to do the Watch Mojo voice for it, and yeah, there's that was really fun to do as well. And I don't know, it was just a little fun idea I had, and I'm glad I got to do it. I also did Adult Man Buys a Bunch of Kids Toys this year. Technically, I did record this like a bit ago before 2024, and it just took me a long time to get to it and edit it because I knew it would be a lot. And so once I finally did edit it, it was really fun, and I just thought it was a great video. Please watch it. I The quality's not the best. I don't have the best recording setup, but I spent some good money on that because it was literally me buying children's toys and playing with them. But I think it was a funny video. It has a couple of lore moments in it, and yeah, that was a great one as well. I also have included my Scooby Doo monster and horror character tier lists on here. Because the thing about the tier list is they do kind of appease the algorithm. They tend to do fairly well. But what I like about them is that I can actually do them on something that I truly am passionate about and enjoy. And these are 2 of my favorite things, horror and Scooby Doo. And they did really well, and I'm really happy with them. And I like how they have, well, they've inspired some discourse in the comments, to say the least. But I do quite enjoy them, and I'm quite happy with them. I also have the I watched 50 horror movies, and I'm gonna count the I watched 100 horror movies video because that was intended to go out in 2024, but it just was not able to. But I put so much work into these videos. I watched 103 horror movies so that I could fucking make 2 videos on it. Most people will do like a review on 1 movie. I did 103 in 2 videos, y'all. I'm really proud of the videos though. I like how I edited them together. I like how I ranked them, and I'm really proud of them. I'm really proud that I spent my time doing it. And it's stuff that I really enjoy doing. So thanks for watching them, and I'm happy with how they came out. And then we also have making a drink for the devil. This was my no, this was my Halloween. This was my Halloween video. Sorry. And this one is really special to me because it was the last video that I recorded that has Roxy in it. It was her last appearance, and that was really special to me. And I absolutely miss her. And I'm just glad that I got to have that moment with her and got to feature her in the video like that. It was really sweet, and the video itself is really fun, and I wanted to do something fun for Halloween, and I did, and I'm happy I did that. And then next up, we have my Christmas video, which is Christmas Keeps Getting Harder. Now, this was mostly a lore video. Again, this was also me just having a genuine moment with you, the audience, the viewers. The video meant a lot to me. Unfortunately, like there are some parts of it that didn't turn out quite how I wanted it to, but I'm still really happy with it. And it's a great video, and it's, you know, the lore videos don't tend to do that well. And regardless, I love making them, and I'm really happy with how they come out and how much work I put into them. And then I'm gonna include my three scary games videos. I think this is the year I started doing three scary games, obviously inspired by Markiplier. I just really had fun with all of them. I didn't not enjoy making one of them. The one where I played Kiosk, I think that kiosk segment is one of my funniest gaming segments in a long time, and I really enjoyed the Christmas themed one and the toilet themed one. That was really funny and stupid idea that I had. But yeah, I enjoyed making them, and I'm glad I decided to make them because they're not necessarily easy videos to make, but they're gaming videos that I can do that aren't like a series, which will usually typically perform kind of not great. But I enjoy horror games, and I like playing them, so I like making those videos. This one is ranked. This is my number one video, and this is Goodbye, the Weekly Dose of Roxy. This is just a video that means a lot to me because it is a compilation of everything Roxy, of everything I have of her, and her dying, her passing is one of the worst things to happen to me. She means so much to me, and making this video was a love letter to her. And once she passed, and even beforehand, I kind of knew that when she did, this is what I would do for her. And it was really just me showcasing how special and incredible she is and was, and the impact that she had on my life. I'm glad that I got to make that video, um, despite it coming about because of sad circumstances. It was a video that I had to put a lot of time and effort into, and I would not change anything about it. And I think it turned out exactly how I wanted it to turn out. I'm really happy that it resonated with people as well. Um, some people, people commented on it saying really nice, kind things, and that meant a lot to me. It was nice to see that I truly do have a community here, and ultimately, thank you all for an incredible 2024 on the channel. My life outside of the channel's not so great, but on the channel specifically, you guys have really truly helped make it an incredible year, and I'm really thankful. Thanks for being here, and thanks for helping make 2024 better, because I probably would have gone insane if it weren't for YouTube and for you. I appreciate all of you, and I look forward to seeing you the rest of 2025. And I have some big plans. I know at least two big videos that I'm going to do. Of course, we're going to have my 12-year anniversary video, and a whole lot more to come. So thank you all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.